like show the net, as it were. These. So,
look at it. So, it seems you have a few options before you, Lord Caladan. Either you're a martial lord first, and this will be your concern, even if you were commanded to do otherwise. Or you're a man of the king, and you drop this as a minor concern, allow your castle perhaps even to burn, and join the king when he calls for you, even if that is in disarmament. Which of these options appeals to you more?
Truthfully, my lord, I am loath to abandon the centuries of history that my family has in these lands. We are sworn to protect it, and I take that very seriously.
It is our honor.
You should. An oath is a holy thing.
We have still.
However, there is another way. My way.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be to take this offer that the hand offers you and use the authority he has given you to do not what he wants you to do, but to elect someone else who is more fitting for the position. Someone who could deal with this Dornish problem, and perhaps even someone who would support the king in war when that time comes. What I would ask you to is not to be loyal to the marshes nor to the king, but to the realm.
You make such good points.
And Captain Hot Dickens.
Yes. And do you have such a candidate in mind, Your Grace?
It would have to be someone who had been tried, tested, someone who would not be foolish enough to think themselves great. There are a few possibilities, but the only problem is that most of them are not inclined to like the demilitarization that the king plans to accomplish. He says sort of king with a scornful note instead of father or similar thing. I suppose you, as martial lords, would look at the candidates and decide which one would be better for the task.
You fucking elected one.
Yeah, we tried, but well, sort of destroyed him. I mean, we could just say, you know what, Lanus, there you go. You're Lord of the Marshes.
I mean, you can't really it'd be really awkward to put ourselves forward. I mean,
well, what
we can.
I guess we could get our allies to elect us.
I mean, Peak wouldn't, but...
Well, yeah, we get like, you know, Tali to like put our name forward, and then we just keep pushing it.
Unless he has an idea.
The influence of the hand should sway those who are not feeling strongly either way. But I would suggest someone with experience who is not too young. Someone who has shown so far that they value loyalty. Think carefully about this. You will not be in a good light with the king, nor with the hand after such a move.
No.
He will know that you took his words and you used them against him. Not something he will appreciate, and although he is a nice man at his heart and core, he will not take such a slight to his authority Very well. Sort of smiles slightly and says, when the demilitarization does happen, he might not give you the biggest piece of the pie.
Mhm. I mean, the question again is like, who do we elect then? I mean, if he's saying that the demilitarization will happen, then
He's saying that if it does,
if it does, yeah.
he will undoubtedly try to get to whoever is elected. And he is very good with his words, so someone who is not too hot-headed or easily convinced would be preferable.
Like, I'm looking at this map and I really can't. Like,
Don't know who
How-
he could be even thinking of, if he is
Yeah.
even thinking of anyone, because there's no one that's not too young that has experience in war and
like when it says no one too young and experienced in war, I'm like, well, Tarley could work.
yeah, but then you'll be
Because-
giving Sam the fucking title.
Yeah, and that's like
That's awful,
ew.
horrible,
That is
worst idea
absolute-
in the world.
Yeah, we need to kill Tarley, and well, House Karen they can't.
Yeah,
Karen is out. That's why all of this is going on. Fossaway? No, he's an old cripple, and
Yeah.
that lady is running everything. Ashford's an idiot.
Oh wait,
Come on.
hang on. Didn't
The idiot is the young one. The old one, he's just screwed.
didn't Lord Karen put his the Lord under his command like free?
True.
Like he
That's true.
Problem
He
with
said
that
he
would
was
be
gonna-
that that man is a Dornishman.
oh okay, yeah, all right.
both of them.
The knight
Only
wasn't
one of
given
them
the
is
land.
actually,
A
the knight
lord,
is not. He's just a landed knight. He doesn't actually have like a lordship.
Yeah, okay.
Would being a Dornishman then disqualify him?
No,
He wouldn't get
but
many
it might not
votes.
be agreeable with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Would you vote for a Dornishman?
If it was him
honest.
or Pete, and if it was a Dornishman that I had the backing of Lord Karen, probably.
Let's put
Lord
Hugo.
Karen's a good judge of
ahead.
character.
Let's put Hugo for
I
Lord of the
mean-
Marshes.
And you could be like, we could nominate ourselves, but we don't really have battlefield
Of older
experience.
lords, that would be Gavin Swan, Boniface Trent, Rickard Peasebury.
Mhm.
Certainly all older lords going. You don't like Aelin Ashford would be older as well. But there would be sort of the active people with experience in the various fields.
What's Lord Swan like? Because Lord Tron is a fucking crazy
Lord
sorcerer.
Swan has a reputation. He's a knight, and he's been a knight for a long time. He has partaken in many sort of big events, but he has never won any of them. And that is known to sort of gnaw at his... At least it's said that he is a man who is looking for ways in which to prove himself to himself, in a way. Afraid of dying without leaving a mark. You're speaking to his daughter about this somewhat, and she has certainly also said that he might like you because you've done stuff, and although that may also make him feel a little bad about his own career, that he hasn't really had the chance or the he doesn't feel that he has proven himself yet, even though he's older. And
Would he have the battlefield experience? Like, would he?
he is not
Sounds
a
like
bad
it.
knight. He's just not like superb either.
Mhm.
He's alright. Has he led any armies?
Oh yeah, he's done that in the past.
Mhm.
He's old enough to have.
How old is he? Like Decim Alara kind of age or older?
Yeah, he's sort of above middle aged. Yeah.
Hmm.
Although it doesn't seem to have touched him super much by reputation.
That kind of sounds like the best bet, really. He kind of fills the slots of what the prince is talking about. Old,
Maybe. I
but
mean,
can fill
Lord
a boot.
Lord Peacebury is very good with money. Like, I don't know if he has any military prowess.
He's generally kept himself neutral whenever conflict has shown.
Ugh.
Mhm.
Yeah, that won't do, really. Hmm?
Neutral.
He's also known for being rude. He's very
That could be good.
forward. He says what he wants and says what he thinks, in a way.
Yeah,
Well, that's what
could-
people say anyway.
That
Part
could
of me
work.
is saying. Part of me is saying
He has
that
very
doesn't-
ugly sons.
Yes. Yes.
Admittedly, there is the small catch there, which Butterwell could try using the very ugly sons thing as, oh, well, fine, you'll get you to join us. Here's a marriage.
Yeah.
But it's not as much as get to. Yeah, I guess.
It is an easy way to get
But well, it could be like, oh well, I do have. Yeah.
I have this lord
Certainly
that has
might
a
be
daughter.
one of the people who can contest somewhat the abilities of the current hand.
Mm. I mean, yeah, he would probably be good at resisting. Like, if he doesn't want to.
But for battlefield experience, he doesn't have a lot of that. Or battle. He does not lead armies. He does not.
Nor,
Like, he will, just because he has to here. But
He's not good at it.
nor I don't believe his sons are that good either.
His sons didn't
No.
seem particularly good at fighting. That's
Like-
all, really.
In negotiation, I think he could stand up to Butterwell fairly okay. The problem is the weakness, like of his sons. Butterwell can, as you said, very much be like, well, I know exactly who to marry them up to. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll be screwed.
regardless, it seems then, since these troops supposedly are going to be ready when I need them, that I would owe you a favor. This house, anyway.
Send Hale into the wall.
Yes. Fucking yes.
Certainly a way to get rid of him.
The prince commands you to go to the wall.
Just, I hope that you will choose wisely in as to where your loyalties lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It won't be long.
No, I am afraid that is correct, Your Grace.
And if I were you, Celestia, I would not worry too much about the long-term ramifications. They'd all be dead when they matter.
That's actually perfectly true. Load up on wildfire and go out there and start swinging.
And if we are not dead, then perhaps whoever talked of peace will at that point have changed their opinion. Just if they do not blame you for instigating all of this, of course.
Does it blinks a little bit at me, my lord? Or should I alone bear the responsibility of Blackfire's attempt to the throne? That seems a bit unfair. He smiles.
You can do it.
The tale is told by the victors.
I suppose so. If nothing else, I would go down in history as the most infamous cripple in the marshes. He snorts to himself.
Lannis considers the fact that after that trial, he might already go down in some.
Hey, what was that, nephew?
He doesn't say. He's just thinking it. Admittedly, on True Deception, it's easy to read his face.
He smiles to himself like, huh.
Think well of what you would ask me and what you will do. I hope you make the right choice.
Uh-huh. All right then. Well,
Thank you, Your Grace.
I will be at the meeting. He says, not looking at you.
understood, Your Grace. Now Alaric will impress him amazingly. He'll be like, "Oh my God, you get 2 favors."
Hopefully something goes right today.
That will be when he leaves in a day or so. Day of 2.
Preparing.
I gotta set up like a trebuchet and stuff.
Can we go to
You don't want to rush Wildfire. Don't
No.
want to.
Can we just go up to the Raven Roost now and just have a breakdown?
Yes. Let's go and have a breakdown.
Pug.
Shiver in a corner.
You will notice as you walk in that Rosette is cleaning dishes with the look of a absolute devil on her face.
What, in the Raven Roost? Why is she
No.
washing this?
You walk through the hall.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Rosette. I'm so sorry.
Lena's is definitely going to have a very sorry look on his face, but it's kind of like things are going to hell.
Everything is wrong.
Yeah. He's gonna hear for this.
Yes, she will remember this. Lord Butterwell is singing in the washroom.
Oh, you know, I'm part of me kind of wishes that I kind of put Lord Butterwell now right next to Bree's room. Though it is right down the corridor from Bree, which is great for her trying to get silence.
It's a beautiful scene.
Do you guys want to have like an exiting basically scene for today? If you have more to talk about.
I think this could be a good place to end it. Essentially, now we know what's coming next.
We need to pick a road. We need to pick a path. We have 3 ways, and we need to.
I really want to talk to this.
Yeah, the problem is you're not gonna come home yet. Basically, you're gonna be home a few days after Halen.
I think
of time there.
I think if we leave it after the prince leaving, then we have I presume the downtime until the election comes along and people start arriving.
Yeah, people probably won't start arriving too late. Yeah, so.
Yeah. That's my idea, at least. Is we can deal with the crap in the downtime leading up to the election, basically.
Yeah, you might as well think about it after this session, though.
I mean, we have a few choices. Then we could be like, okay, Halen is probably gonna eat breakfast before he leaves, at least. Then we have one chance to try to poison him then and take him out. Because if he comes home, he's like, "No, I'm gonna do nothing of the sort, and I order you all to behave," and then he's just gonna sit in his room and pout. Like, we need to be able to operate to enact these plans. He's still in a position of power. We could just put a stop to all of it, with like just being grumpy, like he always is.
Yeah, the next thing we're gonna have next time, basically, is if you figure out you want to talk more, or then we're gonna start off with the big sort of conversation, which I imagine is gonna be an intrigue, probably, because Butterwell certainly has something he wants, and that might be an intrigue that is hard to just leave from.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fight this.
Somewhat, at least.
Join us. We're gonna need to tag team this.
The plan is to agree, but subvert it. You know.
And then
I hope you don't need
probably
to be deceived.
we will have a little bit of a show off. See how good Elric is at commanding the troops to do what they should. If there's any accident, burns down and kills someone or something. Then we will have probably them leaving. Then Halen will come back, and so will Nima, and then we'll likely begin on the election stuff next time as well.
I think that's a role that would impress even the prince. It would be like, damn.
That's what my warfare's at now. For commanding troops.
Instead of sending the armies, I want you to come along.
What the fuck are you doing here? Like,
fuck Caladan, man. You're going to the
sort of-
north.
You weren't
Wall
too
right
smart.
there. They need you.
You weren't too smart when I talked to you, but you're clearly some kind of savant. Like, I need you to.
I suppose then we will end the session here. Sort of the outro music moving out as we see like Decim and like as like a raven is like sent out, flying out. We like follow it. First we look back behind it and we see the two characters standing there, like Decim and Lane is just like thinking hard, both of them, as the raven flies into the air, like flying away. And then hear like a single squawk, and then like just that like switch shift to black.
Kill,
Like
kill, kill!
Fire! Death!
I feel like every single episode of the Caladan Chronicles starts with Koala flying into the sea.
Mm-hmm. It's always him pecking at something.
Like the intro is like it's pans to Respite and Kvala like swoops past the camera and flies towards the keep.
Like, whenever we're going in, the camera focuses on wherever Koala flies to.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I hope you enjoyed the session.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see a little bit of what Nima does when she gets a chance to operate, so to speak.
I liked it.
And we spoke to the Hand of the King and to the Prince.
I was absolutely terrified.
And had a few more options presented, a few more choices to be made.
Like we didn't have enough
I
already.
suppose.
I had fun too. But damn,
Glad to hear it, Tina.
I really felt that would not have been a good time to kill him.
I did enjoy your little
It is easy to kill someone. It is hard to get away with it. That is usually the problem.
Well, it's not like I was afraid that I wouldn't get away with it. It's what the hell that all was about.
Yeah.
And I kind of hope to plant some fear in him with that letter.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because he's always like, "Oh, no one must know."
Cat threw Hand
I
of the
don't know
King out the
what's-
window. You were saying?
Yeah.
I like the
That's
fact whenever I'm with someone, I always get a job.
bonus.
Well, you asked for it.
No. I always get a job for something else.
It's also
Yeah.
it's also fitting for someone who has a lot of disguise to be doing that. They assume 1,000 faces, 1,000 hats.
Yeah.
But I just saying, I got the idea, Jonas. We just follow the commands of the Seven, which is clearly the influence of Sith, telling us to throw the Lord Hand out.
Yeah, Lord Butterwell must be thrown out his window. The defenestration at Respite, it's going to be called.
We found out that the Seven have the personality of cats.
What?
Completely unreliable.
What happened?
We're
Backstab you at
doomed.
any turn.
You see what happened there was both Desm and Lena seeing it simultaneously and realizing it's a vision from the gods.
Yeah, we must do it.
We
Well,
both
it's
take
not-
Pius as we throw him out the window.
It's not easy because I have a blanket over me and she does not like blankets, so she wants to lay with me, but she doesn't want to lay on the blanket. She's like, "No, I want to lay on your lap, but you have a blanket. That's scary."
Blanket is scary.
Cat.
Yeah, blankets are scary.
But
But I really want to talk with Dessa now.
what?
Because Nima is definitely gonna make a report. I wrote down what they said.
Hmm.
And she is. It's gonna be in Bravosi. She's gonna deliver that report to Desmond and say, "Dude, not that." She's gonna Desmond. There is serious stuff going on.
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean-
think Nima's gonna tell you that you could have gotten a letter from the vultures saying that they have given you a threat. That has something to do with him. And Nima will suggest you should use that. That you also got a threat. So you're in the same you're in the same boat.
It's just I can't. Halen is acting so weird. Like he's like, what? The hand of the king and the prince is coming. I'm gonna leave. You're like, what?
Well,
Are you out of your fucking mind? And he's like, well,
the letter he was supposed to get, he didn't get it because someone not looking at his set took that letter.
What? What letter?
You forgot?
Yes.
Last session, Hayden was like, I didn't get that letter. And then was like, it's definitely not me.
Oh, sure, but when he knew it, when we told him, it's like, no, I'm still gonna go. Bye.
Well, we know it has something to do with this lady.
Yes, but that is something that he deems more important than the prince and the hand of the king.
It's because it's all related to that deity of his.
I don't know. I don't know what's up with his.
It's a promise. He's like,
Yes,
oh, no.
well, but if that promise throws him at the mercy of the ambitious young lady Peak, then we can't have him. This can't be the thing. I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt when we took him in.
Time's up.
But time's up. Like he can't. This can't go on. Either he needs to get in line, or like we need to get rid of him.
Anyway, Nima will suggest that we got a weird letter from the Vultures saying that Hayden is meeting with peak ladies. Put him under the...
So we need to get rid of him, probably. If there wasn't a good time to poison him, well, Bree might just snap his neck. You know?
Well, would you want me to kill him there? You didn't say yes.
No, because I'm ambivalent.
What does that even mean?
I have mixed feelings. Because on one hand, he's making it completely impossible to like him. And it is annoying that we don't have control of the house, and I want control of the house so we can actually act on all of these different plans we have, which we can't when he's just sitting there and being obtuse. He has not told us what he's planning, and the implication that he is like obeying Lady Peak is like it makes him he's too dangerous, and he is like he doesn't care.
You know what? If you want, when he comes back, you can tell him you want to talk to him.
But then again, and
then he comes in. Nima knocks him out, tie him to a chair, and we get our answers.
I mean, we could, yes, but at that point we have gone so far that we might as well kill him at that point.
Yeah, he kind of has to die at that
afterward.
point.
Because if we let him free, after that he's going to throw us in prison.
Well, we can basically just say, we got a freaking letters from the Vultures that makes us question his if he really is on our side or not.
But why would we question? Like, why would we trust the Vultures? That's the thing. There is no reason for us to trust a sworn enemy like that. That's the thing. We have them as an excuse for when we kill him. We can blame it on them, and that would be believable because they've already tried to kill us once, and it's logical that they would try to do so again. And so they're a convenient scapegoat in that regard.
I'm sure you love scapegoat.
Yes, makes me blameless in things I do.
Not blameless. I mean, you could have found out about this.
No.
But you've got all these spies.
But my Lord Butterwell asked me to demilitarize, so I cannot.
Did you demilitarize your spy network?
I mean, I do what the Lord commands.
You mean spies? He doesn't have spies? What? What tomfoolery is this?
Yes, it's just spies, my lord. I don't understand.
What are all these strange black envelopes you keep receiving?
Those are letters from my dear friends all over the marshes.
And from Bravos. They enjoy black paper over there, you see?
Uh-huh. I have awareness trained, you know, and awareness empathy.
Well, you know... Let's go over here and watch Lord Butterwell jump out the window again.
Oh, I'll come join them.
I can fly!
I will say that I am.
Did Nightshade make you like go a bit crazy? Like, couldn't we?
But,
the other thing you figured out this session is also about the real reason the alchemist is here, or was here anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
It's been diffused, hopefully. And if it isn't, well, we all burn, and that's it, right?
I did say he came along too easily. I never quite trusted
Anyway,
him.
Of course, he's a foreigner. Can't trust foreigners. That's what we learn in this campaign.
What? What have I done?
Totally true. Everything.
Foreigners, women, like the ungodly, all bad people.
What have I done?
And the godly are also bad people.
Everything. It's just terrible.
Oh, godly people.
Who are
I
the
can't
good
believe it.
people?
Anyone.
I still want to know what I've done wrong.
Everything. That's the point.
Oh.
Nothing that we know of. That just shows how incredibly clever she is.
Yeah.
How good she is at
He's
hiding.
fooled Decim all this time.
I think the only good guy we can truly say we have is Maester Cole and Galt.
What?
Those are the two true good guys we have in the keep.
Lorik has done nothing.
I mean, I think
He can't even read.
Lane's been good. He was
Lanus, he invited all of this disaster upon us.
He had. I mean, he's good in the sense. He's good in the sense of, you know, he's not been scheming or plotting against everyone.
That is not true at all. That was a scheme and a plot to get him in here. Don't you even try.
Yep.
Don't even try. I was here. I heard the scheming.
You were the evil spy master.
I heard your scheme, sir.
He had the best intents in mind, and is now realizing that was a horrible idea.
That's true for all the spy masters. We all have all the best intents in mind.
No, you don't. You sometimes got your own intent in mind.
What? No, but
That is the best one.
This is the best intent for the house. Yes, it's clearly the best.
Can you roll me a bluff check for that one?
I could, if you forced me.
Well, I gotta go fishing tomorrow morning. So,
Yes.
so
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now
see.
you just made me more suspicious. You
Yeah.
just made me even more suspicious because fishing trip.
Fishing.
It's
Yeah.
actually true. It's not a lie.
The
Give
point
that
is,
bluff.
I'm now thinking back to the Mistaken Throne when you guys had stuff like fishing trip.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's actually
that was good time.
it was good times, but it is
so
actually
much money.
it is actually true. He
Because I
was
couldn't
a
even keep track of
fishing.
all your things you had.
Oh yeah.
Robbing the treasury was very funny.
Yeah.
That is
know, that was
bad
entertaining.
when the DM doesn't, can't keep track because so much terrible stuff is happening.
It's not so much terrible stuff. It's just I have no idea what you're using for your secret code words.
Yeah. Yeah, we robbed the treasury, didn't
I'm
we?
just saying, Jonas.
Totally
I think you're giving. I think you're misunderstanding how much power Hayden has. He only has
Yeah.
as much power as he rules, and he doesn't rule very much.
Well, but he's still in the way of everything we want to do. He wants to, like, throw Bree to a scepter or something. He wants to whip you if she doesn't agree.
Do you really think Nima would give a shit?
Well, it's not. It doesn't matter what Nima thinks of getting whipped.
No.
He's
If
using that to-
he's gonna go, oh, I'm gonna punish Bree through you, Nima's gonna go give it your best shot.
But that's the thing. it doesn't need, like, he's not punishing you, he's punishing Bree. So it doesn't matter if you
Someone left.
if you
I
doesn't
made a mistake.
if you don't care, Bree will care. No
Yeah,
matter what
but-
you say, she will care.
Still, you're giving him too much power. He doesn't have that much power. He doesn't have any people there anymore. The alchemist is not listening to him.
You would hope the alchemist is listening to him.
Yeah, but he's not.
Well, as far as we know, but as far as we knew, he wasn't here to burn us to the ground if something went wrong.
Oh, that was always the veiled threat of the alchemist anyway. That if something angered him, he would burn us to the ground. I just didn't know that he also was meant to burn us to the ground if Halen died. That's like the revelation there. But that's the thing again, as I said to him, like, that's as long as we understand each other. Like, we care more about the castle than him, yes, but he cares more about his life than our castle. So, there's no reason for either of us, because if he burns down the castle, he will die. Like, we might die as well, but he will not get away. Like, I'm like damn sure of that.
Briefed in flame.
I'll burn destiny points to get him. Like, just to stop him from getting away.
Tell him, my destiny will be to kill you.
Exactly. Like, he's not
You
going
are
to get away.
destined. You are destined to die.
And as long as he firmly believes that, then that's it. It has no reason to attack us. And that's fine. Like, it's a nuisance and potentially dangerous, but it's not the worst, I think.
Well, then if you could just have said kill him, and I would have done it.
Right, but I also it's like I want him to like explain himself at some point. Like, I want to know what all of this was about, and I don't know, that might be selfish or short-sighted, but I'm just curious.
Well, then use the heat I've given you.
I mean,
Can only
it's
be used as far, like so far.
I mean, it's certainly possible to just put him in a room and say, like, listen, you need to be more forthcoming because this is not working. It really is not. Like, you're alienating
You know what? What
everyone.
else? We could go be totally honest with him. We're gonna take him into a room, and he was gonna be, I stalk you. I know what you did. I know what you talked to the. I know everything you did at that inn. Now it's time you tell Desem everything. You wanted him to hear it from me or from you?
Oh, good. We could be like, you tell us what you know, or we're gonna kill you and dump you in the forest until the vultures did it. Like, that's just how it is. You've been so fucking obtuse and unforthcoming and unwilling to cooperate that it's time for you to own up and actually start working with us. Or if you're not, because you're not this house. You might have inherited a title, but that does not make you lord. I've already argued this to him.
Well, the cool thing
before,
is, if he dies and there is vulture tracks, Gorman's be like, oh man, I knew it would happen because I left the message for both of them to find.
Mm-hmm. We're coming for you. Unless Gorman is in some incredibly convoluted scheme also financing the vultures.
Then he would have to explain that one too. To those of Grace's Lord.
I mean, Gorman doesn't need to explain anything. And I don't know. I am certainly all for killing off Halen. He's incredibly annoying. I don't like him, but maybe he can be redeemed.
I'm all out for going to him, take him into a room and say, I know what you did at that inn. It's time you tell Desem. Or your brother. It's time you tell your family.
I don't know if his server wants to save here. It's If it's just gonna be.
I'm all for it to do that to him.
Well, we have two options. Then, in that regard, we either indeed go for real now, try to kill him off, or we try to talk to him and maybe get him to change his mind. Although that seems very unlikely to me. It might be worth a shot. And after that, we slit his throat and dump him in the forest and be like, "Oh no, terrible things happened to him. Oh no."
What was that?
No, nothing.
Then I'm all for that, going to Hale and saying, I know what you did at the tavern. I heard everything, saw everything. It's time you tell your family everything.
And then it's like I do not owe them any answers. I am the Lord, and they shall do as I command. And then it says they're behind mighty, an asshole.
Then Nima draws her sword at him and says, well, I could make you the previous lord.
And then he shouts, "Gods, I am being attacked." Then
He'd have lost his head
hopefully-
before he could say God.
Oh, I think he's pretty good at fighting. That's my feel for him.
I think you're giving him too much credit. This is
No.
he's a very holy man. What he's doing is obviously wrong.
Not
Even-
for him though.
Not
That's like
necessarily.
that's the
It
thing.
is. He didn't like it.
He may not agree with it, but not to say that it isn't to say that it is unholy in some way.
Unless the holy thing is just a facade and he's not holy at all, but that seems unlikely. It doesn't seem to be very deceptive.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Jonas, either he doesn't seem that deceptive, or he's so deceptive you'll never find out he's deceptive.
Uh-huh. The thing is that once we make a move against him, we better kill him. Like, we better make sure that the Gorman doesn't think it was us, you know?
How would you make sure he doesn't think that?
Well, we make it look like the vultures did it.
How?
By leaving tracks that suggest it was them.
You make that sound simple, but how?
I mean, we have a few of those emblems. I mean, I picked up some up on that battlefield back in the day.
Promise we're the ones still presenting the evidence of that. Which is the problem.
Yeah, well, but who are we gonna? Is he gonna go to court? Like, really? It's like, yes, we also almost died in one such attack. We barely made it out, and this time they tried again, and they got him.
It's true that you could probably outspeak him, though, admittedly.
I don't care too much. I just don't want it to be obvious that we did it, because then he would have.
Also, he
cause
already
me
got
back.
one threat from them.
So like, it's some credence to the story. But if
Thanks.
we make
Thanks for the session. I'm gonna go to bed.
good night.
We'll play on next week.
Mm-hmm.
And likely have a lot more talking because
When
it's a lot of what we do now.
when are we gonna play Dresden Files? I'm not sure if we're gonna do that.
I don't know. That's something you'll have to write to Sheep about. I think
Okay.
he's busy with his night work.
I wasn't sure if any of you guys knew. It's more that.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
So that's yeah. We'll Thank you for playing, and we'll see you later.
Mm-hmm.
Night.
But yeah, the thing is, like, set him down and try to convince him. I don't think we can. I think he's too far gone. But I like. He's doing crazy shit. He's being a complete idiot. Didn't have to be like this. He could be like, you know what? I'll let you handle most of these things and teach me, and I'll try to do my best to further the house's cause, so we can decide what the best cause for the house is by sitting down and talking about it. Not just trundle around commanding us to do this or that, because that's not working.
Hmm.
And then we need to choose a path. Do we go with the Halen and Gormy path to get Gorman Peak elected? Do we go with Butterwell's path We have Dondarrion elected, or do we go with Prince Makar's path to have someone else elected? Maybe Lord Swan.
I'm gonna leave too.
Okay.
Because,
Yeah.
it's late. And I am too tired to discuss this.
Okay.
So,
Oh. Personally, I'm inclined to go with the prince and be like, you know what, Butterwell, fuck you. I don't care. You're gonna die in the rebellion anyway, I'm sure. But no, it's peace. I really like Blackfire, and then Blackfire's just gonna stab him.
That's our hope.
Because the rebellion is come. And go with Butterwell just seems to be like he just lay down to die at that point. Peak is very unpalatable because he's gonna throw us in with Blackfire, and I don't like Blackfire. It's a douche. And Makar is the strong militaristic way. And I'm not entirely against in this case.
Alaric's totally for it.
I'm gonna go for now as well. There's been a lot to think about.
Okay.
I have no idea which path to go down, except I don't like going down just... We're not going with Peak. We can't go with Peak.
No.
Which really doesn't leave us with much choice.
Nope. Which is a problem in itself.
Well, the problem is, like, we need to champion a new cause. And if Halen is being a dick about it, then it's going to be incredibly problematic. Because he's still like, no, Gorman Peak should be.
Yes.
I've made a holy promise.
If he comes around and says, I made a holy promise to Gorman Peak to give him X, Y, and Z, I'll fucking kill him there.
I mean, I'll
fucking murder him.
That's what he said. He won't break his promise. It's to her. He's dancing to her tune completely. That's what that implicates.
Implicates, but Alaric would want him to, like, say it. And at that point, brutal murder.
He would become a kinslayer.
He'd become a fucking kinslayer. He doesn't even see Halen as fucking kin at this point. Sees as more of a pretender than anything.
He is a pretender. He's totally a pretender, and he's not doing anything to remove that from himself. It's just, and that makes it so fucking annoying. We should have killed him. We should have just killed him there. Fuck the reasons. I don't care. It could be the most heart-wrenching love story, or something incredibly nice and noble. But if he never tells us, then fuck him.
Yeah, totally agree. I don't know. It's a clusterfuck of horror.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have a serious talk to him when he returns and be like, listen, we ignored all of this shit.
The fact that he walked away from the fucking hand of the king and the prince coming to town, you know?
That is
a big fucking deal.
Yeah, he's like, I know they're coming, but I'm gonna leave anyway.
Yeah, no one does that. No one does that. It's the fucking prince, goddammit. Well, he didn't know the prince was coming, but the hand of the king coming is enough to be, okay, I'll stay. I don't know, man.
I don't know either. And I suppose in this feeling of ponderousness, it's time to end the stream.
Yep.
So thank you guys for watching. We will see you next week. There will be 13th H on Friday, and we'll be back with more Ice and Fire on Saturday. See you then.
See you then.